Hey, it's Milton Daily Homes Chuck here, and list of 5 properties. Very cool list. Just like yesterday, a lot of unique stuff here. We're going to start off with a bank sale at 371 Bronte, number 1. It's at 222.9, which is pretty much entry point these days for these homes. I mean, that's a good deal. Again, don't expect miracles, and you can see there's a little notice on the front door. Good old bank sale, so you gotta love them. And so basically what it is with the bank sale is somebody hasn't made their payments, and so the bank takes over the home, puts it up for sale in what's called a power of sale. And normally how it works is that the bank recoups all of their investment, and whatever's left over is given to the owner. And that's a lot different than a foreclosure, which the bank actually goes for the right of the property. The bank actually tries to get the property in their name officially, and it's a much longer process. So in Canada, we tend to use power of sales a lot more. It's a quicker process, and it tends to work a little bit better for everybody. Now, what happens in that case, if you're buying one of these, is that you could be in a position where you're depending on the closing date, and then at the last minute, the owner pays back everything that they owe, which probably not that common, but I've seen it happen before. And all of a sudden, your agreement's null and void. There's a clause in the schedule. You'll notice the bank wants Schedule B, C, D, E, and F. And so one of the clauses is we have the right to give it back to the owner at any point before closing if they pay back what they owe us, as is conditioned, so they don't warranty anything. And so you really want to do your homework with these, get a good home inspector in there, and make sure you're doing your diligence. So there's a lot more to it than that. That's a simple example. They're not always the great deals that people think they are, and the bank can be a terrible, terrible negotiator. Take you a week to get an answer, all this kind of stuff. So it can be really tough to deal with these sometimes. But they have to hold out for market value. That's the other thing. If they have to pay out the proceeds to the owner, then they're accountable to that person to make sure that they sell it for market value. And so this one's holding back on offers until February, I think 1st or 2nd, so that they can say we've showcased it to the market. We've made sure that people are aware of this property. And so that's how it goes. They have to prove that they tried to attain fair market value. Anyhow, that's a bit about that. Moving on, 100 Millside, number 403 is at 299.9, and a great building, really for the mature sort of crowd. And if you come inside, there's wonderful amenities in this building. You've got a great exercise room. The pool is wonderful. You've got a nice little mural there that's pretty calming. And it's up to date. It was probably built sometime in the 90s, so the building's in terrific shape. They've got a gardening committee and all kinds. It's just wonderful. So inside the unit, they've replaced some of the flooring here. California shutters, which is that's not cheap to do that. That is not cheap at all for that many windows. And I like the floors. I like everything about it. You've got this sort of checkerboard backsplash, so you might need to do a bit of work in the kitchen. Seems like most of these units are going for around that $299 mark, 2-bedroom, 2-washroom, and $547 on the maintenance fees. Includes everything, including your cable TV. To me, it looks really, really good. You need a bit of horsepower, though. I mean, if you're gonna retire in this building and pay between your condo fees and your taxes, probably somewhere around $700, then you've got to sort of have some juice behind you to get that done. So Centennial Forest is at 441.9. It's a double car garage. Really excited when I saw this one. It's in Drury Park, so again, a more mature individual finds this neighborhood to be very desirable, and backs onto green space. So all this stuff here looks really, really nice. No finished basement. There's a $71 a month maintenance fee, and so there's your backyard there, a bit of garden in the back. And then I saw this picture. I thought, oh man, if they only just had to clean the stuff off the fridge, taken the stuff off the top. Nothing ever looks good on top of your kitchen cabinets when it's time to sell your home. It always looks cluttered. It always stands out. So stay away from that. Taking stuff off the countertops. I say this all the time to people. How you live in a house and how you sell a house are completely different. And the minute that you decide to sell your house, it's no longer yours. So now you're making it the way the buyer wants to see it. And for the pictures, I'm sure they could have taken the walk route. And I get it. There might be mobility issues. There might be any number of things, but I think for it's one of those things, like it does cost you results, right? I mean, your pictures are your first showing. I always say that to people. Your online listing is the first showing, and then they come to see it in person for the second showing. And so there you go. I think that there's 3 bathrooms in this one. You've got a loft upstairs. I think it's close to about 1,400 square feet. All in all, with the double garage, this is a great deal, okay? So hop all over this, look past some of the cosmetic stuff, and you'll see that it's a really terrific home. This one and the Millside condo, surprisingly, I bet you, I haven't done the numbers on them, but I bet you they carry for very close to the same amount per month. So a 300 condo with $550 a month in fees, or a $440,000 house, you'd be surprised how similar the payments are. So Cousins Terrace is at $599, and so it's a Huxley, and they say it's 2,500 square feet. My understanding is it's a lot closer to 2,400. Regardless, it's a great floor plan. It's one of my favorite layouts that Mattamy ever built, and you've got a bit of interlocking in the back here. This room looks a little bit more narrow, but you've got California shutters. You've got your crown moldings there. So it's actually a wider room. It's a nice size room, and you've got some hardwood floors. That's your living dining. Then your kitchen opens up to the family room. Nice upgraded kitchen too, granite countertops. They've done the floors upstairs, so it's the same as downstairs, at least as far as I can tell, and a finished basement. So there was a home, and here's a weird thing too. I don't know why they didn't finish the drywall back here. Just that kind of stumped me a little bit. There was a home probably in December that listed, and it was the same model as this with a finished basement, with a pie-shaped lot, and they got in the mid-6s. So we're talking, this one doesn't have the premium lot. They've done a little bit of nice landscaping, but at $599 to me, this is a good pick. It's competing against homes that are bigger, but a lot of times it comes down to the quality instead of the size. And I think that this one is probably going to show really well when people see it in person. And the finished basement is really helping their cause. So Parkway is I think the last listing for the day. It's about a 3/4 acre lot. Gorgeous street. I mean, it's in that sort of private enclave just across from UC Drury High School on the west side of Ontario, and just big estate lots. Like these are the kind of homes you get in, you stay in. You don't see them for sale a whole lot, and that's a money shot right there to me. Walkout basement, tons of windows. You've got this great outdoor space. Imagine barbecuing in the summer. And there's still lots of yard there too for the kids to play. There's a triple car garage, so if you got one of those hobby cars, then this would be a great one for you. Updated kitchen, cabinet depth fridge. I mean, all these nice features in this home. Really open layout, and I don't know if that's a fireplace there in a bedroom. If it is, very neat. And then that looks like your basement with the walkout door too. So a lot of square footage, a lot of big trees close by, and that one gets the thumbs up from me. I think it's a terrific listing. You compare that to what you get for $700,000 in some of the new areas. You get the land here. You're in town, so you don't have to deal with all the country stuff. You've got your gas heating. You've got your city water, all that kind of stuff. To me, awesome stuff. Okay, so that's the list for today. If you have any questions, give us a call. If you want to see any of these homes, give us a buzz, and we're here to help you. Okay, have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye.